Hello, my name is Gwen, and welcome to your practice, somatic chair yoga. You'll need a chair, and if you have a blanket, go ahead and roll it up, place it at your feet, and have your chair on your mat or a surface that doesn't feel like you'll be slipping and sliding around, so you feel secure. And then go ahead and bring your back, so scooch your sit bones back to the back of the chair so that your spinal column can rest on the chair just a wee bit. You can feel a stacking quality from the earlobes down to the shoulders, the elbows down towards the hips. The hands can be down. And then the feet on where the feet are placed on your roll, notice if the heels feel like they're down towards the floor and the toes are upward. Let the toes dance just a wee bit as we start to settle in. And what's your intention for your time today, your practice? Is it to melt all of those places inside that might feel a little frozen? May they thaw like the snow in springtime. And all that discomfort and pain, may it melt away as we make these new connections today. The muscle to brain connection, the science behind all the magic. Go ahead and take a deep breath into that. A deep breath out like a natural sigh. And again, inhale in. And then have the arms down. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. Let the arms float up. Back of the hands can tap down to the crown, all the way up. Inhale down. Exhale, float all the way up. Let the back of the hands tap. Bend both elbows. Tap the crown. Then all the way. Inhale the arms down. Fill that belly. Exhale. Let the arms feel like they're floating up as they tap. Down to the crown, all the way up and down. Relax that effort now and notice what you feel in the shoulders, the arms. Then go ahead and bring the palms together. Feel the warmth. Notice the fingers, the spaces behind, in and around, between. And we'll come into lotus mudra, which feeds the heart. So feel now the thumb and the baby finger. Let them just remain connected. A light little press. And then take the first finger away, the next, and then the next. Forming like a lotus, a little cup. Take a breath. Let it feed the heart. And one more breath just like that. And then go ahead and take the first finger, press the next finger in, and then the next. As the palms come to the heart, let the elbows come up softly. Feel the press of where that press comes through the heel of the hand. And then relax the elbows down. And let's do that again. Go ahead and take the first finger away, the next, and then the next. Take a breath. And as you exhale, let the cup rise up Inhale, let it come down. As you breathe fluidly, one finger at a time comes in. Elbows come up. Feel the press of the hands. Elbows down. One more time for good luck. One finger comes out. Then the other. Then the next. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it rise. Inhale, lower. One finger at a time, come in. Elbows up, press. Elbows down. Relax that effort. Let the knuckles remain heavy on the lap, palms upward. Take a deep breath into whatever you're sensing and feeling through the fingers, through the arms, the shoulders. Can you feel the glaciers, the mountains on the shoulders melt and dissolve? Anything that we're holding releases and lets go, known or unknown. Any big boulders, let them fall away. Any struggles, any tension. The weight of the world, let it go. One more breath into that. Beautiful. We're going to come into the neck, shoulders, and upper back now. So go ahead and take the right hand on that left shoulder. Press it away. Let the head come in the opposite direction. Feel the ear to shoulder connection there. And then start to point the nose down and then to the center. Feel the sensation. Is it smooth? Are you going over any bumpy parts? And how about one more like that? Noticing what you feel. Then the nose is pointed to the elbow. Let it come up to the fingers, the wrist, forearm, elbow, to the bicep, to the shoulder. In a semicircle. Point in these areas, bicep, elbow, forearm, wrist, fingers. And now smooth it out. The chin might feel like it's closer to the chest now. Does it feel fluid-like? And then let the nose point down, head heavy. The elbow now can start to rise up with the head. The chin can be carried with the wrist, the forearm, up, up, up. And maybe the chin presses into that same area as it carries down. Elbow, nose point down. And then elbow, nose, point up. As you point it down, notice what happens to the spinal column. It might feel like it's rounding. As it points up, you might feel a light arc. And one more just like that. Come to center, let that hand rest, and feel now from shoulder to shoulder. Does one shoulder feel a little different? Can you feel the sensation travel? Maybe to the back of the neck? Is it sharing in this workload, in this information, as it starts to rewrite the script between brain and muscle? So how about one more breath just like that as you relax into this? And we'll come on over to the other side by taking the left hand to the right shoulder, like you're pressing it away. Ear comes downward. And then start to point the nose down to the elbow and then up to the center of the room. Downward and then upward. Notice how it feels to move like this. And maybe one more. As the nose points down, you can gently roll it to the fingers, point it to the wrist, forearm, down to the elbow, bicep, shoulder. And then it gently points to those same areas all the way back. And now smooth it out. Let that path become very smooth. Slow like the second hand on a clock. Eyes are closed once you have the gist of the movement. So you can sense from the inside out. It becomes a little bit more clarity, a little bit more heightened focus. And one more. And then once the nose is pointing down, go ahead and lift that elbow up. The head comes with it upward to wherever it feels good. And then downward. So we don't want to come into pain. So pain is not an option. Heightened sensation is okay. So notice how this feels for you. For one more. And then relax the hand on the lap. Notice how you feel. From shoulder to shoulder, down through that upper back. Can you feel a tingling, a change in temperature? Take a few deep breaths and notice where it travels through the neck. At times, you might be able to hear the frequency running through, the vibration of some sorts. Beautiful. And now we'll come into a little arc and flatten. So hang on to the back of your chair and scooch your sit bones halfway, but you feel very stable there. So a place where you feel stable, and then take the hands down and let yourself free fall forward just a wee bit. Notice the shoulders, send them back. Notice the arcing of the back body, and then come out of it by coming back through the torso, nice and tall. And then come forward again. Hang on to the back of the chair, shoulders back. Feel the arcing of the spine. It might feel like all the muscles are switched right on. This heightened contraction. And then we let them deliberately relax as we sit up. Let's come into that again. Come forward. Bring the shoulders back. Shoulder blades squeeze the spinal column. And then sit and feel that. So now take the both palms, knuckles, into the lower spine. Take a deep inhale and arc, elbows out, chest up. As you exhale, bring the palms into the back of the chair and flatten that spine. Inhale, arc. Exhale, flatten. Inhale, arc, chin up, heart forward. Exhale, chin to chest. Press. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Then roll up through your spine, hands onto the lap, and feel your spinal column now. Oh. Notice all that energy you created with some gentle, loving TLC through our movement. So let's come into, we're going to ask our legs to come to the party now, just a wee bit. So we'll start with the right side. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the knee. Lift that leg and hop the lower one underneath. Notice if that's available. It won't be for every body, so maybe it's the ankles that cross, or maybe you stay right where you are and you can continue with us. So if the legs can cross, please do. And then feel into your sit bones. We'll come into our Gomukhasana, our cow face arms. So right leg is on top. Take the right arm towards the ceiling, nice and long and strong. The other arm downward. So reach down, reach up, and feel those opposing forces. And then take that top palm to the back of the neck so that the elbow now is outward. And then take the other hand, thumb down, bend the elbow, and thread those knuckles behind the lower spine. So the lower back now. So here we go into an arc and flatten like this. So go ahead and inhale, send the elbows back, chin up. And as you exhale into the navel, send that lower palm into the chair and that upper elbow down as you round slowly. Inhale, unfurl the whole spine, let it open up. And as you exhale, round and feel the front of the spine contract. Inhale, the back body contracts and switches on and it lights up. As you exhale, the front of the spine switches on and lights up. Let's do two more. Inhale and exhale, nice and smooth now. Maybe a little smaller movement. Inhale and exhale. The next time you sit up, the arm reaches up, the other arm reaches down, and then relax that effort. We'll come in for a twist. So take your left hand on the outer edge of that top knee. And if you don't have the top leg, it can be just like that. The legs can be together, so you don't have to have them crossed. And then take the other hand all the way to where the leg meets the torso, right over to that right side. Then root into the sit bones, grow tall through the spine, through the palate, through the crown. As you exhale, come forward, chin to chest, round. We're coming into a moving twist now. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, forward. Square off those shoulders forward, chin to chest. Then roll that right shoulder back. Let that be your landmark, that right shoulder. As you exhale, carry that right shoulder forward. The other one will move back. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, forward. And then gently roll up. Interlace your fingers underneath that top knee. Take it off to the side, close to the floor, and let it go. We'll come on over to the other side now. So if you can, we'll cross the other leg by lifting it up, hopping the bottom one under, and there you go. Notice what you notice. If it feels delicious, stay with it. If it doesn't, please take care of yourself by crossing the ankles or one leg right beside the other. So here we go. Take that left arm up because the left leg is on top. Other arm down. That top hand to the back of the neck. Feel where the elbow is. Get familiar with it. And then the other hand, thumb down. Bend that elbow and thread it into the lower back. We'll come into the arc and flatten like this now. So go ahead and inhale. Feel the elbows come back. As you exhale, press into that lower palm, into the chair. Round, and notice where that top elbow is pointed. Inhale, arc. Exhale, flatten. It might feel more like a rounding of the whole spinal column. Inhale, feel the back body switch on. Exhale, the front of the spine. Maybe one more. And ha. Then when you come to seated, reach up to the ceiling with that left hand down through the right. Feel those opposing forces and then relax that effort. Interlace underneath that top knee. Oh, we're going to come in for a twist, so leave it there. But if you wanted to experience it not, you could bring it beside. And then go ahead and come on in for a twist. So the right hand on the outer edge, left hand by that hip crease where it meets the torso. Take a deep inhale, look back. As you exhale, square off the shoulders to the front, chin to chest. Inhale, twist. Exhale forward. Or whatever breath feels good for you. Your landmark, the left shoulder this time as you breathe deeply. Carry that left shoulder forward as the other comes back, chin to chest. How about two more just like that? Notice a smoothness as you move like this. And one more. Nice. And then nice little curling in and then gently roll up. Take that top leg over close to the floor and go ahead and let it go. Beautiful. And just feel for a moment where you're at. From here, we'll just hop, hop, hop the legs out. One leg, pick one leg. We're going to be doing this with both legs, so just choose one. I'm moving my right side. And I'm envisioning sand. So flattening out the sand as a leg comes out and then comes in. 2 or 3 times outward and then inward. And then let that rest and notice where that vibration comes up. For me, I can really feel it up the shin to the top of the knee. And then now same side, lift that heel and lower. Lift, bring it out and lower. Lift, bring it back to the other side in and lower. Leave the toes down, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. And how about one more time, maybe in a different spot. Leave the toes down and then bring it all the way back. And feel for a moment around the heel, the ankle. Notice what that's like for you. And then go ahead and bring it out just a wee bit so that when you measure it with the other foot, it's around where the toes start. And then lift the toes and lower. Bring them out. Lower. Tap. Up. Tap in. And now pick different spots to lower. Close the eyes. No judgment. There's no right or wrong. You might like to bring it all the way at your complete range of motion out, all the way in, and then tap, 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 and tap, tap, tap. Then carry it back and feel now from the toes, in between the toes. You might want to notice that whole baby toe edge to the heel, big toe edge to the heel. And then let's come on over to the other side by hopping that foot. A little hop, hop, hop. Let it hop out. So we're flattening out the sand so that we can make our hearts, all our drawings in the sand. A little stamp, stamp, stamp out. A little stamp, stamp, stamp in. How about one more time? Outward and inward. And then pause that effort, lift the heel, lower. You might have to move the foot closer to the chair. If your range of motion is different, please do. If you have a caregiver with you, they can lift your foot and lower, lift and lower. Notice what that's like. So the toes are on the floor, the heel is moving out and then inward. A little tap down, a little tap up. Eyes are closed. Then pause and feel now all the way up the calf, maybe to the shin. Notice what you feel. Take a breath into it. Dive into that sensation. Then look down at your feet and drag that left foot forward to where the toes start on the other foot. Start to lift the toes and lower, lift and lower. Any rhythm that suits you. So you can tap them inward, start to tap them outward. There's no right or wrong. That's the good news. Notice the sensation as you lift and lower the toes and tap them like this. For one more. And carry it back and just notice how you feel. Take a deep breath into that sensation. A deep breath out. Let's give a little hug on the right side, thigh to belly. A little hug, and then you lower. Two more. A little hug, and then you lower. Notice the elbows, the biceps, the shoulders. Hug it in, and then lower. Let it come down, and relax that effort. Other side, interlace. Lift. Feel the spinal column nice and tall. Hug it into the belly and then lower. Again. And just feel now the upper arms, the upper back, the shoulders, the chest. And maybe one more. And then relax that effort. And then go ahead and take your blanket and use it as a blanket on your lap as we close our practice today. Rest your back into the chair and just feel from temples to toes what you've created in your body. Feel that deep appreciation start to bubble up from the feet to the knees, to the legs, bubbling up through the belly, to the heart center, to the chest, all that heart energy. Let's go ahead and come into our lotus hands again. outer hands connect, the fingers out as we close our practice. Take a deep breath and feel all of that love, that internal love, towards yourself. Palms come together, one finger at a time. Tap. Feel the warmth of the palms. Take a deep breath now as we pour this goodness out beyond these walls as loving kindness to all. Namaste.